Welcome to your collective bonus for the September forecast. So if one of the other ones you just didn't like it, didn't resonate, would like to hear another one, here it is. Yay! And I look like a crazed librarian. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so let's get the bonus cards out of the way. How is everyone doing? Here we go. All right, we got that one. Let's move that one over. We got a couple more. How is everyone's? It's Friday, right? Yes? No? Yes? Yes? Is it? I think it is. I don't know. How can you not know what day it is? It's a struggle. It's a struggle. All right, here we go. Bonus cards have been drawn. All right, moving on. Let's do our Moonology. This is for the collective September forecast. Moonology. This is the old deck. I think there's a new one, right? But this one's, it's still good. We'll use it. Here we go. Skadoosh. Ah, ooh, I like this. The energy is gaining momentum. I like that. Why did I say that? Momentum. Anyway, Eight of Wands. That's what that is. It's the Eight of Wands. Things are speeding up, picking up. I like that. Fire sign, you know, sun and moon here. Faster is always, well, most of the time better. I don't want to say always. It's not always better. All right, Energy Oracle. Oh, well, that's weird. All tied up. 23. How can things be going faster if you're all tied up? Well, this feels like a mystery. We are going to have to figure it out. All tied up. I always think of that song Pretty Tied Up by Guns N' Roses. I know it's not the same thing, but... Ooh, okay. Transformation, Battle of Head versus Heart. That came out for 2 signs. That makes sense. That could be a tied up. I think the momentum, it's speeding up just in general. If you think about it, sun energy, the Schumann resonances have been off the charts. I mean, yeah, things are definitely speeding up. That's for sure. So... you know, you missed the boat if you're all tied up. You know, if you are, because that's part of that battle, the head versus heart. There's some kind of conflict of energies, right? That's what I'm feeling right off the bat, a conflict of energies, and that's not what we want. So let's see. 4 of Pentacles. We have 9 of Wands. Wounded Warriors, Saggy energy. Ah, and the Chariot. There's some momentum right there, Cancer energy. Let's see what is crossing. Yeah, that all tied up, it makes... Does it have to be Battle of Head versus Heart? That's my big question, is why does it have... there needs to be balance there. Can it be a wise heart decision? We have the 4 of Pentacles on the 4 of Pentacles. Well, let's go ahead and see what the rest of the flop is. Okay. That's what they call it in poker. Call it a flop. Ooh, High Priestess. Okay, we'll take that. And, oh, Hangman. That's the tied up energy right there. I mean, if there was a direct interpretation. So we have the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. Definitely is holding on to something, you know, not letting go. Are you? Yeah, it does feel like it's not necessarily a stagnant energy, but it's just not moving. And you're gonna miss the train. You're gonna miss the bus. You're gonna miss, the Ascension. It's like resisting change And we see literally change, like coins, but in the real sense, resisting change. This could be holding on to the past. It could be, because that is one of the messages of the Four of Pentacles here. Don't miss the bus. Don't miss the train. Don't miss this ticket. It's making me think of like an old West movie where they're, trying to reach the train. They're just going to hop on it at the last minute. Very exciting. But you're going to miss it if you can't let go. We do have eclipse coming up soon. I try not to look too much into the astrology because I don't want the message to get tainted. Not that it's really tainted, but I don't want to get steered too much in one direction. I want to get the message, but definitely do look at that on your own, your homework, right? Librarians giving you homework. The spooky goth librarian. Okay, 9 of Wands and the High Priestess. All right. So the Sagittarius, the wounded warrior, it kind of makes sense why if you feel stuck or tied up, you've been through a lot of schmitz, right? Right? Yeah, I know. I've been there, done that. But the High Priestess is saying that you can see, hindsight is 2020, am I right? So you can see what that battlefield and all those lessons, what they meant to the larger picture. So now you have a very broad sense of clarity over things. You've got so much more now going for you, right? Because if you think about it, if you knew now what you knew then, you would have missed the experience because you wouldn't have wanted to do it, and then you wouldn't have got that experience, and then you wouldn't have the knowledge. So there's that weird kind of thing there. So this is saying that your opportunities are limitless unless you stay in that Four of Pentacles just closed off. You got to be brave is what this is saying. Be brave, BFG. You can do it is what that's what I'm getting. Be brave. God, I love that movie. And so look at this. Talk about conflicting energies. We have the Chariot crossed by the Hangman. This is that universal push. It's like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Trust in the universe. We're going to help steer you in the right direction. There's hesitation with the Hangman. There's that sense of being all tied up and bound. What's the confusion? Let's go. Let's go already. Change is... Adaptation is not always a good thing. Sometimes we need to change. Adaptation is kind of like making do with things and not growing. If you're adapting to something, you're okay with it. You're not ascending. You're not moving forward. So this could really be a universal energy where some people are just don't want to change. They want to stay in this Four of Pentacles, just leave well enough alone. And then there's people that are in the middle here, the middle camp. They're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. That wounded warrior. Yeah, let's go. Let's make that change. Let's connect with our higher self. And then you have people that are really, truly divided. Some of them are kind of like, yes, but, it looks good, but. So there's hesitation here. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like I really am feeling all of you in this reading. 3 different categories here. Which one do you fall into? This one has to make... So if you don't choose to go with this shift or be shifted kind of energy, you will be left behind. I'm just saying. Just saying. You will miss the bus. And it's not the short bus. You're missing the good bus, like the party bus, because we're going forward. We're going to have a good time, Oh, I said it. There's tick number 1. All right, what else is coming? Is this going to be divided like 3 different camps here? I'm not changing. I want to, but I'm scared. 2 of Pentacles. The 5 of Wands. Oh, Ace of Cups. Okay. Maybe the allure is just going to be so good that you gotta go. You gotta go. Oh, Hermit's coming out. You know, sorry, frown on the Hermit. I do love the Hermit card. My son's Virgo, so he's Hermit. He really is. I didn't really drag him out of the house earlier. All right. Oh, we had 2 cards together. Look at that. Okay, so these came out together. We have the Sun and the Ace, and that's right on top of the 5 of Wands. So there we go. Okay. And weird reading, right? Queen of Pentacles on the Ace of Cups. What do we see here? 2 of Pentacles. Juggling. You know, things being up in the air in a way. That's kind of what we're feeling like. Things are up in the air. And then we have the Hermit. So I feel like this is really contemplating your resources and what you're putting your focus on right now. Because I think a lot of people, they don't think like me. You know, I'm a INFJ. We're weird. And we're definitely kind of in our thoughts most of the time, predicting, planning, thinking ahead, seeing the big picture. You know, pattern forming is really crazy in my mind. But I feel like this is really thinking deeply about what this means, what your focus is, because this one has the little candle, but it's the lantern, it's your guiding light. What's your focus right now? Is it just treading water and getting by? Is that good enough? I mean, that is okay for some people. That's okay. That's really what you're here to experience. You know, that's okay. So some people, you know, I don't feel like they're going to take the journey. They're just going to keep on doing what they do until they're really old age. You know, I don't see this Hermit coming down from the mountain for some reason. This feels like it's in that row of people that are just like, nope, not moving. Immovable object is what I just heard. So in the center here underneath, all tied up, also underneath the 9 of Wands and the High Priestess, is this conflict. This is the part of that, it feels like people not sure which way to go with all this energy that's coming at the earth right now. But some of these people will have clarity. They will see the truth, is what we see here. Because the sun is shining behind this Ace of Swords. So we have the Ace of Swords in this row and the Ace of Cups. So this is clarity over what is true, not just like a universal truth over the chaos that's going around that's really, I think, meant for a distraction from the truth. What's really happening with our sun, like literally with our sun. I think people are going to start waking up and seeing what's happening, that this is, what do you call it? It's just a distraction from the truth, you know, and the reality of our situation. Watch Stefan Burns, geophysicist and like metaphysical dude. It's pretty cool. All right, so we also have the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Heart's desire, love, new opportunities. This feels, I mean, all aces are universal energy. They're always there all the time. It's whether or not you are in tune with it. Are you in the vibration of it? Can you feel it? Are you resonant with this? When you resonate with your heart's desire, I think it puts you in a place of being more resourceful. And this, I feel like this is more, I'm getting a Mother Earth energy, like really loving resources and being, Earth is a precious resource. Besides our time, Earth is like the most precious thing we have. She is a gift. And so this feels like a love of Mother Earth and her resources and being resourceful in different ways, like replenishing things, recycling, choosing better ways of doing things. So I feel like that's where humanity is going. At least I hope so. This feels like a earth message, spiritual message that's coming through here. All right, we have one more row. Do we have a flipper? No, one more row. To me, this is a no-brainer. I don't want things to stay the way they are. I think there needs to be a big shift. And I think with like more space travel, because we have to be so resourceful with things, and especially with humans doing space travel, I think we'll learn so much more about how to live sustainably on our own planet. So I think that's all good. Page of Wands. Oh, Ten of Cups. And, oh, now the Queen of Wands. Some Aries energy here. There's that following happiness and, just being bold and brave. I like it. I like it a lot. So, yeah, I feel like there's a division here. Ooh, Hierophant on the Page of Wands. Some Taurus energy. There we go. Oh. Nine of Swords popped out, but it's underneath the Page of Swords. These popped out together. These are going to go on the Ten of Cups. And then we have the Five of Swords. Some of you. Okay. So, Page of Wands, the Hierophant. Well, pages represent what? Communication, messengers, learning, planning, youthfulness. And then we have the hierarchy almost. It's traditions, could be societal religions, things like that. So I think there is an opportunity here to renew ourselves in a way. Because what are we teaching the next generation? What legacy are we trying to leave for them? I think about that because my son, he's going to turn 14 here really soon in September. I think about the world that he's in now and what the world is going to be like when he's 50. Will it have changed for the better by then? So I feel like this is very much a symbol of our traditions and how we teach and what we're leaving behind. Are we going to make progressive changes as a society? Are we? I worry about that all the time. I'm constantly thinking of it. And so we have the Ten of Cups, great, happy family, triumph after difficulty, of course. But we have the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords. This feels like bad news, honestly. Everything's going good. Everything's happy. It seems like that happens, doesn't it? Things finally start going well, and then the shoe drops somewhere. Why? Yeah, but that, to me, this just feels like bad news. I don't know what kind of bad news. I don't know if it's like, we're just going about our business, having a happy day, and, asteroid is about to strike, and that's it. Good night, folks. I don't think it's that kind of bad news. But it just seems like something not so good, folks. It's not telling me what. It's just saying, yeah, there's bad news. It's like, why? Why? Okay, so Queen of Wands, Five of Swords. I just heard civil unrest. I kid you not. Um, See, it's so funny. I wanted to do another reading because some of the other September forecasts, you know, challenging, some challenging energies, and this again feels like challenging energies. You could be in for a fight here. It does feel like a battle, but it's one of those things where even if there's winners, everybody's still losing. You know what I'm saying? It's like who wins in a war? To me, no one. Yeah, not so happy about that. But let's see if there's any other messages coming through. It's like, oh Lord, why? Why? Queen of Wands, taking control of conflict with that Five of Swords. Five of Swords is it's a victory. Oh, it's not a happy one. No, 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 no. It's a hollow victory because there are people that have been hurt in the process of winning. Okay, so you know when this shift happens, and it looks like it's going to, from this last row, what I'm really feeling here is a shift in traditions. A shift in traditions. It's going to be bad news for the people that don't want to shift, the ones that don't want to change, the ones that aren't on board. But this is a shift towards, you know, this almost feels like I almost feel like a Robin Hood feeling coming from this Queen of Wands. Like this is someone who steps up, not because they want to, but because they have to. You know what I'm saying? It's not someone who's seeking power because they want power. It's someone who is put in a position of power and they don't really want it, but it's because they can fix it. That's what I'm getting here. Because this is a bold, brave person who's going to do things not the conventional way, not conventional by any means. There will be results, you know, but it's kind of like one of those things where I know how to fix the war, but it's, you know what I'm saying? But there's going to be a loss. There's going to be casualties. I had a dream, golly, like 20 years ago. And it was the weirdest night I ever had because I think I had like 20 dreams. I remembered like every single one of them, and now I only remember a few. But I was like a general or something in the military, and I was in this big like hangar, and there was a catwalk up at the top. And down at the bottom, there was all these men, like very big men, and they were combat, like training, like fierce. But there was something unusual about the men. I don't think they were either robotic or something different, right? Maybe even zombies. I don't know. It was something crazy. And I was standing up there on the catwalk, and I was looking at some of the other generals and majors and whatever you want to call it. And I said, but don't you think they're going to kill some civilians too? And they just kind of were watching the battle down there, the training, and they were like, yeah, probably. It was just that. It was just like, yeah, you know. But it's like, you know, you got to break a few eggs. It was kind of that mentality. I'll never forget. It was such a weird dream. Weird reading. You guys are weird. No, you're not. Yes, you are. Dragonfly. Aw, you bring light into this world. You do. All right, so we have Ooh, this is a cute card. I haven't seen it yet. Fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact, the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. My son saw an orb fly through the house the other day, like visually saw it. So sometimes you can see those things. I've seen them before. I've seen orbs like this big. Ball lightning. Yeah, sure. Whatever you want to call it. Dragonfly! We have 2 dragonflies. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. That's what we have here. We've got 2 dragonfly cards that randomly came out. I've been having some red dragonflies hang around the house. Real pretty ones. All right, bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Bam. Carrot. Opportunity or windfall. I bought some carrots today and some strawberries. They're so good. Weeping willow. Aw, family sorrow. That's okay. There's the bad news. I don't know if I had anything to do. That's just might be a message for somebody, unfortunately. Bad news. Family sorrow. Gonna get some bad news. That wow, man, that sucks. I'm sorry. I don't like those kind of things, but okay. Thanks for joining me, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. If it resonated with you, you can hit the like button if you want to. Oh my gosh. All right, that's going to be it for now. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.